Hey there, my name is Spiro and I would like to take 10 minutes of the available time to talk about a very serious topic today. Phishing at conventions. Lately, a lot of people, and especially friends of mine, have been come in contact with a problem like this and encountered being scammed, and I would like to try and improve the situation and educate a little bit. So what we're talking about today, first, how do they get you? Second of all, how can you spot them? Then, already got scammed, what can you do? And lastly, the modern world. An everlasting, ever faster getting steam train that you need to hop on in order to still be up with the time and try your best to survive. So how do they get you? Well, first it starts usually with artificial pressure. They try to pressure you into committing towards this, not seeing all these red flags. A very simple tactic and example of this is when you ask for a security code or like a verification code of them or any proof that they have this, for example, registration, they are like, oh, I don't have time for this. I'm very busy. If you don't want my registration, I have 20 more people waiting over there. They all want the registration. I can just go to the next person. Don't let them stress you. This is the oldest trick in the book. Stressing people to commit what they want is like so easy to get someone. Additionally, they use emotions. They try to be your friend sometimes and come with arguments like, oh, why would I ever scam you? Or maybe they try to be very emotional with, oh, I've been having a bad time lately and I really need to sell this ticket. My dog is sick or something like that. Always be careful and don't let the emotional side influence you if you don't know that person especially. Additionally, they use fake references. They pretend to be sometimes other people using their artwork or maybe even people you see from Twitter or stuff like that. Or even worse, they're pretending to be a member of staff. How can you validate that? Sometimes that is really difficult. Depending on the convention, you cannot always see who's all staff and it's also hard to see that. So always be careful and always question everything. They're often being very vague about things, not telling you all the details so you can spot why they might be a malicious person. If they keep out information, then it makes it easier for them to basically scam you. Additionally, they use non-refundable payment methods, which I'll get in a moment. So this leads to the question, how can you spot them though then? Well, I'm going to show you a few tips and tricks, but not all of these mean that automatically someone is a malicious person just because one of those points are like validating for them. So, creation of account and name. On most platforms, you can check when an account was created. On Telegram, there's a useful bot, for example, called the creation date bot. You can just forward any of the messages from there to that bot, and you can see when was the account created. Additionally, you can check is the name maybe generic. I'm a fox, and there's a lot of foxes in this fandom. So should we trust all foxes automatically? I'm not sure, probably not. So if someone has the name of just Fox or something like that, it might be a bit suspicious. Additionally, we can cross-reference and see if we find other platforms where this person is active. For example, Twitter or stuff like that. But then again, this doesn't mean that just because someone doesn't have a Twitter account that they're automatically a bad person. They might just not enjoy Twitter, so that's completely fine. Additionally, you can check the profile picture. In the profile picture, you have a lot of information, like in Telegram, you can see when was it uploaded exactly. Or are they maybe very generic or like these typical pictures you would find if you Google on the internet, furry, fox, fursona, something like that. Additionally, you can use reverse search tools like sourceneo.com or Google Pictures to trace back where these pictures came from. Maybe see who drew them, who commissioned them, when they were drawn and stuff like that. Additionally, ask your friends. Your friends maybe know that person or maybe anyone has an experience with them, or you can check if they share any groups with you, and if they do, maybe ask in the group. Never hurts anyone to just ask, you know? If you stick together, it makes it more unlikely that people can actually get you. Additionally, a lot of cons have been noticing that there has been a huge scam wave going around, and so they implemented verification processes. If your convention has these available, use them. Obviously, they're there for a reason and they can help you. Additionally, for most conventions, if you want to transfer a room, you need to get in contact with staff anyway. So why not do that from the beginning straight away? Just write them an email and be like, hey, I'm trying to transfer from this to that, can you please help me, and stuff like that. Maybe you can even get from the person that owns the room a proof of ownership that they actually have that room. And then again, don't let them rush you. It is and stays the oldest trick in the book. Payment methods. Well, most people just use PayPal, which is very good, but if you use PayPal, always use goods and services. It is your insurance, basically, because if you don't use goods and services and you use friends and family, you cannot get your money back. PayPal will not agree with you that even if you cry around in the support, they will be like, oh yeah, you use friends and family, your fault. So use your goods and family, and if someone complains, oh, there's always this fee involved with it, well, that fee is usually around 3%. So if you want to make sure the person gets the actual final money that they asked you for, just pay 5% extra. It's not much, and it's saving you from being scammed, because if that person doesn't give you the room and you pay those $5 extra for a $100 ticket, then that's the lesser price, the lesser evil, and you can open a support case with PayPal and get all your money back. Wire transfers and gift cards. Well, if you use wire transfer, very often the money is already gone. So be super careful with that. Maybe you've seen all these advertisements on YouTube about NordVPN, super annoying, of them telling you always like, oh, you can hide your identity by encrypting your, hiding your traffic by going from one server to another. Same thing happening here. Once you transfer the money to one bank account, the scammer is going to just move it from one account to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, and by the time the authorities find the money or the bank account related to this, it's already gone. They have already withdrawn the money or sent it somewhere where you cannot recover it. Additionally, if someone asks you for a gift card, that should already be a big, big red flag. No one is going to sell you a room for an Amazon gift card, so be careful of that. Additionally, other platforms, check if they have any fraud protection. You can usually see that on their websites online, or if you Google a little bit. Many don't, so yeah, stick to those platforms that are secure. If you already got scammed, what can you do now? Well, possibly the credit card you bought this with has a insurance, so check that. Many cards have this, and you can just write them an email and you can get your money back from the credit card. Otherwise, maybe you have other insurances that you've already in place that you can use. So check your policy, see if you have anything that allows you to get money back from being frauded. If you don't have that, then maybe consider getting an insurance like that. If you think you're vulnerable to things like this and you could profit for something, in something like this, then consider getting an insurance. It can help you in the long run to prevent being scammed. Additionally, contact your bank and the event immediately. The sooner you get in contact with them, the more likely your chances that they can still do something, get your money back or move the room back or something like that, depending on the situation. And lastly, inform other people. Tell about your story. Tell other people what happened to you and who scammed you. I know it hurts, I know it's uncomfortable, but it's better than having more people getting scammed by the same person. Be honest, say, oh, it hit me, please be careful, that person over there, not a good person. Help other people be safe and do something for your community. Because the more you talk to others, the more everyone knows what's gonna happen. Lastly, the modern world. Scamming and phishing are constantly evolving and increasing. Everyone is being hit by this. Big companies, governments, individual people, not even the furry fandom is safe at this point. And with the new technologies like machine learning that allows you to have all these cool AI tools like ChatGPT and DALL-E, which are amazing, they also bring a lot of danger. They allow people to write their own automated bots that have conversations with you, and you can even train them to know furry lingo. They might go to you and write uwu in your chat, and you think, oh, that's a furry. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's actually just a scam bot. This doesn't mean that I want to tell you that you should be scared of every interaction with someone, but just sometimes look a little bit closer and question, is that person really who I believe they are or not? And lastly, scamming doesn't always have to be for money. It can also be for personal information like name, address and stuff like that. And even if you think, oh, I'm not giving them my social security number, that's obvious, Even small details like addresses can already go a long way and cause a lot of harm, because they can be used for identity fraud if combined with multiple data sources. I hope that all of you could take a little bit of information from this and that this helped you. If you enjoyed this very short presentation, please feel free to share this. So the more people know about this, the more people are aware of situations like that, the more we are strong against this common enemy. Share what you learned, share this video, do whatever you prefer, and try your best to prevent other people from running into the same mistakes as others do. With all of that said, I wish you all a wonderful day.